In relationships, the most painful betrayals aren't always physical. They're emotional, quiet, and disguised as soft phrases. You may be sleeping beside someone who has emotionally checked out. She still says, "Good night," shares your meals, and pretends everything's fine. But deep down, her attention, her passion, and her desire are no longer yours. This isn't confusion. It's a choice, a silent goodbye hidden in everyday words. Here are 7 phrases that signal the emotional exit of a woman who's already leaving but wants you to figure it out, so she doesn't have to say it out loud. 1. I feel disconnected, but I don't know why. This phrase isn't a plea for reconnection, it's the first sign of abandonment. When a woman says she feels disconnected, it usually means her emotional investment has shifted. She may still lie beside you, but her heart is elsewhere. She no longer desires your touch, no longer waits for your messages. Her soul has detached, yet she cloaks it in spiritual ambiguity to avoid confronting her own role in the disconnect. The truth? She knows exactly what she's disconnected from: your energy, presence, and masculinity. But admitting it would make her the bad one, so instead, she lets the burden of guilt fall on you. 2. I need time for myself. This phrase often masks a deeper reality. She's already emotionally invested elsewhere and is seeking permission to explore it without feeling guilty. This isn't about self-reflection or healing. It's about testing a new dynamic while keeping you as a safety net. It's not a break, it's a trial separation disguised as growth. A strong man doesn't beg or wait. He hears this phrase and calmly responds, "Take all the time you need, but don't come back. I'm not a second option." That's the power of self-respect, a lesson rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom. 3. Not everything has to be physical. This line appears only when the intimacy has already died. It's a justification for why she no longer touches you the way she used to. She wants you to believe the bond is deeper than physical, when in reality, the physical connection has already been redirected, mentally or physically, to someone else. This phrase makes you doubt yourself, question your desires, and ultimately settle for a relationship that lacks passion. But intimacy, when real, doesn't need defending. It flows naturally. If it needs to be explained, it's already gone. 4. You've changed too. A classic projection. When cornered by guilt or internal conflict, she tries to share the blame. You're still there, providing, loving, supporting, but now, suddenly, it's your fault. She feels distant. This isn't meant to solve anything. It's a preemptive defense in case you ever confront her about her fading commitment, or worse, her betrayal. Don't take the bait. Don't apologize for things you haven't done. Instead, own your growth. Say, "Yes, I've changed, because I no longer tolerate what I used to." That clarity ends the manipulation and returns power to where it belongs, with you. 5. I don't want to talk right now. I'm tired. She says it like it's physical exhaustion, but it's emotional disengagement. She's not too tired to text others, to laugh at her phone, or engage with someone new. She's just tired of pretending with you. Her fatigue is selective. It's a way to delay conversations she no longer wants to have, because those conversations threaten the illusion she's trying to maintain. This phrase marks the slow retreat. The silences get longer. The excuses get softer. You fade from her emotional landscape while she quietly invests in another. 6. I don't know what's going on with you. This phrase is often used by a woman not to clarify but to confuse. It sounds innocent, like curiosity. But it's manipulation. She knows exactly what's going on. She's attracted to you, or to the emotional charge between you, but she doesn't want to take responsibility for it. She wants to feel alive again, even if it means playing with emotions under the guise of uncertainty. Don't fall for it. This isn't vulnerability, it's control. It's an invitation to step into a dynamic where she leads with ambiguity and you respond with hope. 7. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Perhaps the final and most painful phrase. It's a verbal soft kill, meant to ease her guilt while destroying your hope. She still loves you, meaning she feels affection or gratitude, but she no longer desires you. She doesn't want to stay, but she also doesn't want to be blamed for leaving. So she hands you a phrase that sounds caring but is actually a quiet severance. The worst thing you can do here is plead or try harder. Desire can't be negotiated. A man of dignity responds with, "Then don't love me at all. I wasn't born to be loved halfway." The wake-up call. Each of these phrases represents a step in emotional detachment. If you've heard one, or all, then you're no longer in a relationship. You're in a limbo designed to make her exit easier while you stay confused, loyal, and blind. The Stoics taught us that emotional control begins with clarity. Not every woman who says, "I love you," means it. Not every request for time is sincere. The moment you recognize these signs is the moment you reclaim your power. Stop begging for love. Stop accepting emotional breadcrumbs. Start seeing reality as it is. Because the man who continues to lie to himself about where he stands in her heart, eventually loses his own. It's time to wake up. To act, not react. To lead, not chase. And most importantly, to never again settle for being chosen halfway. If you've heard these words, it's not the start of a breakup. It's the end. Don't be the last to know. Be the first to walk away with your dignity intact.